Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy second recording on this Friday. Know you guys are getting ready for the weekend, so your girl wanted to drop in and just share a few words before you guys start going crazy for the weekend. I just got off a Zoom call, a conference call with a young lady, a Zoom call, and I wanted to jump on and piggyback a little bit off of our conversation. She gave me a whole different um, thought process to think about something when she shared a few things with me. All right, so those of you, such as myself, who've dealt with a lot because people tend to consider you to be the pretty girl, and all that stuff, right, that you've had to encounter and deal with growing up. I know this has happened to quite a bit of you because you guys have said so in the comment sections at time, as well as email me about it. You maybe dealt with rejection, like maybe you were the outcast because all the little girls in the classroom got together and thought that you were the pretty girl and all that other nonsense, and they kind of excluded you, right? All that stuff, high school, whatever. So again, what will happen is if you're not careful, you will develop defensiveness, right? Rightfully so, rightfully so. But after talking to this young lady who was honest enough to reveal that she does deal with that spirit of jealousy and envy. But when she shared a few things with me, as I was listening to her, I was able to tap into her spirit. And then I was able to kind of look at things from the individual side who carries that spirit. And what she had shared with me is that she had been a young lady who was taunted in school and called all type of names, called, she's heavy set, and they called her this and they called her that and all this stuff like that, right? So as we were speaking, she started crying. And so when she started crying, it made me tear up. But what it made me realize is that you see how things that we all have been through in childhood, let it be bullying, let it be rejection, abandonment from your parents, whatever. You see how all these years later, this person is in their late 30s. You see how all these years later, how it still affects us until we identify, process, and start the healing process, because healing is a process. But to start it affects our lives, and some of us are not even aware that all these years later, some of these things are still affecting our lives. So speaking to her made me want to look into or feel within her spirit the thought process, the feelings, the resentment, all that stuff that the other person could be going through. Meaning, again, the person who carries that spirit of jealousy and envy. If that's you, you don't even have to say anything. It really, it serves no purpose, honestly, unless you choose to. I want to share this with you. It doesn't matter how much you think someone have their life together. It doesn't matter how beautiful you think a person is and how much they got this together. Every single person on the face of this earth have issues. Every single person on the face of this earth have certain insecurities that they may deal with. It doesn't even have to always be body image, and most times it is, especially with women. You may deem her to be somebody who's physically fit and, oh my God, she's so perfect. But do you know that she may herself even be dealing with a spirit of insecurity because maybe her father wasn't involved in her life? So she have a father wound. So you see how, if we're not careful, Satan will have you sitting here looking at people, comparing your life with somebody who's just as screwed up as you are. Right? Not screwed up, but you get my point. And so I want to pour into the people who have been fighting all their lives because either they have abandonment issues because a parent gave them up. either because they were not told at a very, very young age that they're beautiful, they're handsome, they're worthy, they can be anything they want to be, you are enough. All these things that should be poured into a child. So when you went to school and you got bullied, men or women, or boy or girl at the time, I should say, and because that foundation hadn't been set within the household, you believed them. You believed you were fat. You believed you were black. You believed you were a gorilla. You believed you were a monkey. You believed you had a bald head, even though your hair was down to your back. You believed all the stuff. And this is why it's so crucial to create that foundation within the household, because at least when children go off to school and they hear that stuff, and they will, because kids are kids, you can be the most beautiful, most wonderful little boy, little girl, and they're going to find something to say about you. And you're going to believe it. But if that foundation is created within the household, at least when they get back home and you're telling them they're beautiful and they're worthy and they're this and handsome and all this stuff, they can be like, oh, you say that, but I know what my mother said. My mother loves me, so I'm going to believe what she says, not what you said. My mother told me I'm going to have people who's jealous of me because I'm this and that and this and that. But if they don't have any of that foundation, they're going to believe exactly what they're told. And now you have children who are around your children and who are growing up to become young adults and then eventually adults who are still believing that they're ugly, that they're fat, that they're black, that they're white, they're too pale, they're this and that, all this other nonsense. And now, as an adult, they're comparing themselves and their lives to another adult who are dealing with some of these same traumatic experiences. And now their spirit of jealousy and envy is creating more traumatic events for the person who they are making life a hard time with. People who are adults who are sending people private messages out of jealousy and envy, like nonsense. You're still creating, hurt people. So you've been through that, okay? Your same sister or brother who you are envying have been through that most likely. And now as an adult, you still want to inflict that type of pain on them and make their lives hell because you want to start rumors or you want to start this or try to ruin their relationships or their marriage because you feel like you yourself don't have that. You never will because you're the fat, black, ugly, white, stink, person that you were told you were at 12 years old. Sis, bro, every person around you that you see, that you admire, they paid the cost. Trust me when I tell you. Those blessings are what you deem to be as success. It could be their marriage. It could be their career. It could be their purpose calling, best author, New York, whatever. They paid the cost. So what they did was, even though they had traumatic events as well, they decided to push forward. Right? So all the things that they've been through, that never left, but they decided to push forward because they wanted to know and believe that they were the opposite of what you said, right? If you have not put that work in, right, and find out what it is that you want, what do you want? Not what society wants for you. That says you have to be married, have children by 25, get the white picket fence, the dog, go to work 8 to 5 every day, retire, sit in your rocking chair and wait on Jesus. If that's your life, by all means, rock that rocking chair, baby. But my point is, what do you want? What will make you happy? Because truth of the matter is, nothing will make you happy until you yourself have went back and healed and start healing yourself to start loving yourself and start working towards those goals and desires that you want. Do you want to lose weight? Do you believe that you're fat because they told you that? Go in the gym. Go in the gym. You don't even have to be a size 2. But when you start working out, it's going to make you feel better as a whole. If they told you you were fat at 12 and you feel like you're fat, lose weight. If they said you were fat and you don't feel like you're fat or you love being fat, stay fat. There's no crime in that. The reason why people lose their weight is because they want to live life like society says they should. They want to compare their lives with the neighbors who aren't even happy. Everyone want to live like the Jones, and most times the Jones aren't even happy. The Jones are miserable behind closed doors, but you want to live like the Jones. The best thing in life you can do, and I have always since a little girl, anybody who knows me, anybody who went to school with me, please comment if I'm lying. I have always had a vision to live my life, what works for me, not what society says, but what works for me. And many of your chosen ones here, the same for you, because you always knew you felt different. You never felt like a part of just the everyday, hustle and bustle type stuff that everybody does. You always knew you were different. The problem is people get stuck in not knowing what that difference is. So they allow that difference to make them feel like a black sheep. No, your difference is your success. Your difference is your success. Your difference is what will allow you to stand out different from everybody, and that's where your success is. But you know you're different, but you're trying to parallel your life to everyone else. How are you standing out? You're fitting in, and you're not even fitting in because you're a fraud. You're a fake. So the people who are really deemed to be connected to your life to help you along the way can't even find you because you're not even your authentic self. The only way to true authentic happiness is to be your authentic self. When you are living a lie and you're acting as if you're happy because you got married at 25, because that's what society does, and you have now brought this big, beautiful home with your spouse, well, one thing I've learned is that a big, beautiful home does not equate to a happy home. So if you're not happy, rather than you keep using that energy to make someone else's life hell, you want to ruin their marriage, you want to ruin their success, you want to ruin this and ruin that, you want to just send them random strangers, send them random messages out of jealousy and hate. For what? Do you know what you can do or how high you can go if you take that time to invest in self, invest in your authentic self and your authentic truth? Heal from the trauma. It will be a process. And truth of the matter is, it may be a process for the rest of your or our lives. But do you just stay there and waddle? Or do you put one foot in front of the other and keep moving? Are you going to allow children who've called you all these names to see you 30 years later, 60 years later, and you're still waddling in mess? Do you know that the best revenge is success? The best revenge is happiness. Let them see you doing your thing. Listen, I got some chicks right now who be hitting your girl up. I don't even respond, right? Or I might respond with a smiley face just because I'm letting you know, like, listen, ain't no hard feelings, right? But chicks that I know didn't like me for no reason at all. The thing that used to bug me, and you guys have probably heard this with yourself, if you ask somebody, well, why don't you like this person? And the response is, sorry guys. And the response is, I don't know, I just don't like her. Or I don't know, I just don't like them. So you don't like someone and you don't know why you don't like them. Well, that have to be the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life, right? But anyway, some of these same chicks are hitting me up, right? Like, you know what? I knew you've always been different. So I knew you would always be successful. You would always do this and you would always be on stages. I knew, girl, bye. Girl, bye. You knew that, right? Quote unquote. But you try to make my life a living hell because you're jealous of whatever issues you got. And I'm going through the same issues at the time. We're female, so we all got the same struggle. And now because you think your girl is doing a little something, something, or now you love your girl. Okay. Well, thank you. So now you see the point? God will always allow your enemies or people who have tried to discredit you or whatever. God will always allow them to see your success. And again, success is not money. Success is when you are literally living your true, authentic happiness and you have peace. God will allow people to see that. Now, we have to be the bigger person, which is hard. Oh, Lord Jesus, because honey, your girl can be petty, right? God will then, have you to, I hope he won't send you back to help, but whatever. But the point of the matter, sometimes he will, but the point of the matter is those people will then be able to see your testimony and hopefully they will want the same and they'll realize like, okay, she did it, he did it, I can do it as well. So you can't be like so petty, right? Don't listen. He ain't done with me yet. You can't be so petty like, ha ha ha, I told you so, right? Like, girl, bye. You can be that way, but you really can't say that, right? But you can be thinking that in your head. Or like when these exes come back, like, didn't I tell you when your girl is done, she's done? Why are you calling my mama? Leave my mama alone and call your mama. Call your mama. I'm just speaking in general, guys. I'm just having fun. It's Friday. But yeah, to summarize, if there are anyone who's listening to me, and you may even be one of my people who don't like me, I trust me, I know I have people on here who really don't like me because they'll send me a little message every now and then. I don't even know them. They done make up a fake email to comment. You just think you're such and such. You just think you better than anybody. Well, I think I'm better than anybody else. But yeah, I'm on here trying to help. Girl, listen. When you're ready, well, we can sit down and have a conversation and we can assist each other and vibe together. I'm going to love on you so much that I'm going to love that hate out of you. Then you haul at your girl. In the meantime, block, keep it moving. Period. But to those of you who truly, truly are dealing with that spirit, please hear me and hear me well. God has so much for you. In fact, he may have more for you than the person that you are side-eyeing. How do you get it? You get it through, first of all, hard work and determination and not taking no for an answer. You get it from not comparing your life to the next person's life. You get it being tunnel vision. You get it by not gossiping and being involved in everybody else's life because you got too much going on, or you should have too much going on in your own life, right? You get it by helping your next sister or brother and celebrating them, even if it's not your season, because your season is coming around. Do you know half of the people that you're hating on will be the same people that God will have your blessing in their hand? Be very, very, very careful and be very, very wise about how you treat people, because God will have your blessings in those same people's hand, and you're going to have to humble yourself, go back, apologize, and all that stuff. But your blessings await you. You just have to determine what is it that you want. Because you can sit down and you can have a conversation and ask people, what do you want? What will make you happy? I don't know. What will make you happy? A husband? No. A husband is not going to make you happy. You're going to make him miserable. Find your happiness. Marriage, if you're going to do it, should be an addition, not a completion. Stop looking for people to complete you. What do you want? What will make you happy? What is it? Traveling? Then travel. Losing weight? Lose weight. Starting a business? Just start. Just start. Just start. What will make you happy? Ask yourself that question. And guess what? A person can't be involved. What will make you happy without a person? You want God, of course, but what will make you happy without a person? If you can't answer that question, you have work to do. If you can answer that question, just start. Don't look to your left or look to your right, because half of those people are miserable themselves. Their life is no better than yours. Create your success. Success is not money. Create your success. I don't care if you're 70. I don't care if you're 80. Start today. Please stop hating on people, because nobody is better than the next. Nobody. You see the glitz and the glamour. You see stages. You see videos. You see celebrities on awards. You see this. You see that. Do you see these people behind closed doors? You'll be very, very surprised. Very surprised. Have the same issues as you. Just dress it up better. I hope this helps somebody, but I truly, 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 truly just wish that everyone in the world can just be happy. Because when you are happy, you will not compete or want to compete. You just, like, I can't see anybody else. I can celebrate people, but I can't see anybody in the sense of, I wish I had their lives. And I had one of my greatest friends, extremely successful, beautiful, successful, happy marriage, like plenty of money, gorgeous. Did I say gorgeous? Sexy, respectfully. And as much as I love her, way more spiritually inclined than I am, as much as I love her, I don't want to be her. I don't want her life. But I use her as inspiration. And on the flip side, we're the complete opposite. And she inspires some things about me. So you see, just find what makes you happy, guys. Because I promise you, the person you're sitting here watching their videos and you're thinking, I wish I can do that. And no, you don't. You wouldn't even be able to handle it, because it's not, it ain't your stuff to carry. You want other people's stuff. It will crack your back like a lobster, because it is not designed for you to carry. You have your own stuff to carry, and carry it well. That's right, baby. Carry it well, because you're sexy, you're fine, you are successful, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are chosen, you are intelligent. All this stuff. You are all that. And a bag of chips. You guys have a great weekend. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.